All right, shalom, shalom, it's brother Mashal coming back to you with some more precepts and another cold cut. Giving, of course, all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bahashim and Mashal coming like Yahushai. Today's lesson, we're going to get into don't take the Maxine, okay? It is witchcraft, okay? Or actually, it's Salakia. The Maxine is witchcraft. Don't take it. Salakia. But yeah, today's lesson, that's what we're going to get into, man. You know, a lot of people come to me and ask me questions about it and this, that, and the third, you know, and a lot of people come up with excuses on why they did, you know, and all these things, saying that they believe in Yahweh, saying that they believe in God, this, that, and the third, and they're still taking it, okay? And, so we're going to get into this thing, man, you know what I'm saying? And, let's get into it. Lord willing, this is edifying to brothers and sisters. I'm gonna make a part one. This is part one, and then I'm gonna make a part two, and I'm gonna add some information with it too as well. Okay. So we're gonna leave that right there. This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. It says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, like the scripture says. Who runs the world? Who runs these world banks? Who runs the school system, the education that is put into these school systems? Who runs everything, man? You understand? When we're at birth, when we sign that document, that birth certificate, or that, you know, that document for the social security card, we're giving our lives over to these Edomites. Okay? And technically, if you don't sign those documents, you're not considered even a citizen. You're considered an alien. You know what I'm saying? Alienated from this society. Okay? But the whole point of the matter is that, and we know that without those things, that you can't get a job, you can't get into school, etc., etc., etc. But the whole point of the matter is that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. They cover the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay, roughly paraphrasing, right? And what it says, covereth the faces of the judges, is talking about our forefathers, right? Because who did they paint white? They painted Christ white. You understand? They painted Paul, a lot of the apostles, a lot of our forefathers and our foremothers, they painted them all white. All those brothers and sisters are judges, man. Okay? They painted all of them. And who did this? The Europeans did this. Okay? Esau, the devil that the Bible speaks of. So I'm going to read it again. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And so the people that you see right here in this picture right here, those are the world leaders, man. The heads of the world order, like it says, man. Right? These are your Rockefellers and Rothschilds, man. Okay? And then you got, I forgot the other Jewish family, Bill something. If somebody can find that, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I wouldn't say Bilderberg. It's not Bilderberg. But anywho, we know that they run the majority of the society, even in the East. The people that run things out here run things in the East too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they run the banks. They run a lot of these. They have military sanctions everywhere, all over the country and in other countries in the East. Okay, so the wicked run the world. The wicked own this damn place, man. Okay, they own everything around here. Okay, so let's go to Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. This is beneficial for the ministry because, you know, a lot of it's up to us, man. It's up to us to bring our people back in these last days. It's up to us to tell them the truth. Okay? Because ain't nobody else gonna do it. Okay? Colossians. Let me see if I can find this real quick. So like it. Right here. Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. It reads, "Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of man, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahushua, who the world calls Christ. Okay, so it says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy. Okay, they got this philosophy that these things work for your benefit. You understand? They have this philosophy where you know, and Jake has a habit of coming up with this mindset that, oh, we've been doing this for years and years and years. We've been taking these things. We've been taking these vaccines, if you got ears to hear. You know, I don't want to say the word because I don't want to get flagged for it, but, you know, we've been doing this. Ain't nothing happened to us. Little do you know, when you take that vaccine, it actually expands your brain, right? And it actually can cause hormonal imbalances within you. But the whole point of the matter is, you know, it says, Salakia, 2 and verse 8, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of man. So this is the tradition of man. Taking these things is the tradition of man. There's just nowhere in the scriptures that the Most High said, oh, when you're sick, you know, take this. If you got itch to hear. If you're sick, you know, put that thing in your arm, man. Nowhere in the scriptures does it say that. Okay, the truth shall set you free, like it says in the book of John, man. Okay, nowhere in the scriptures does it say take this thing, man. That's why when brothers talk to these Christians and stuff, you know, they take these things. I remember I drove past, I was living in Georgia. I remember I drove past the church, and the church had a whole damn, what the hell? But anyway, the church had a whole damn setup out there, man. Right in front of the damn place, man. You know? Right? A whole damn tent set up out there. Right? And it's like, that's how you know they ain't the real deal, man. That's how you know, man, because that ain't nowhere in the damn scriptures, man. In order to be a Christian, you have to be a follower of Hamashiach Yahushai. Okay? And Hamashiach Yahushai, he kept the law. He wore his fringes. He went to the high holy days. He went to the feast of dedication. Okay? And it's important for us to know these things, because like I said, the truth shall set you free, man. Right? You ain't gonna find this Maxine, this man-made madness nowhere in the scriptures. Right? Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men. And that's the key point. After the tradition of men, right? After the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach Yahushua, who the world calls Christ. These things are not after Christ. Christ, nowhere in history did Christ put these things within himself. Okay? Because we knew we had the fruits of the earth. That's what healed us. That's what kept our immune system strong. Okay? Now, because the world is waxing worse and waxing old and old, now you got, you know, we're shorter in stature, like you read in the book of 2nd Esdras. We're shorter in stature. You know, the food is not as good as anymore. You know, you got you got wax. They put in wax on apples, you know, to sustain the to sustain the taste, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? They putting down chemtrails up in the sky over our food. You know what I'm saying? Putting this poison in the air. So ain't nothing good in this damn society, man. And who's doing this? The damn elites are doing this, man. It's called biochemical warfare, man. Biochemical warfare. Okay? This is what they're doing. Slowly killing you. Slowly putting you out your misery. And you don't even damn know it, man. Okay? Let's go to Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 15. Why is this important that we know these things? We're going to see. Proverbs chapter 14 verse 15. Let me get this. Right? A lot of you guys are destroyed for lack of knowledge, like it says in the book of Hosea chapter 4 verse 6, man. Okay? Proverbs chapter 14 verse 15. Man, this is mighty. All praise to the Most High. Okay, let's read this. The simple believeth every word. Right? The simple believeth every word. You believe every word that comes out that damn heathen's mouth, man. You don't know the history with these damn devils? For years and years and years, ain't nothing changed about these damn devils, man. Okay, they told our people, okay, in damn Tulsa, Oklahoma, to go build our, correct me if I'm wrong, okay, but in Tulsa, Oklahoma, they told us to build our own land. They told us to build our own schools and our own airports and our own bus routes and all these things, okay? They spoke with soft words and told us to build our own things, okay? And then what they do? They took their power. They used their power against you because they know that you didn't have military power. We didn't have no damn military. Until this day, we don't have no damn military. But through the spirit of Hamashiach Yahushai, we're building up one, okay? But the whole point of the matter is this, okay? The whole point of the matter is that they told us to go build our own lands, to go build our own cities and schools for our people. And what did they do? They used their power and destroyed everything. They bombed everything, okay? You got to learn from these damn devils. This is years and years and years and years of their foolishness, okay? How do you not see the patterns? Oh, not every white person is bad. Not every white. Oh, we're going to see in that day. We're going to see how much of a fool you are in that day. Because the Most High told us what would happen. He told us how it would happen. Okay? This is why it's important to go to the prophecies. But let's continue reading. Proverbs 14 and 15. It says, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. The prudent man, the man that cares about his life and his welfare, he's prudent. He searches out the way, out his way, okay? He makes sure that he's staying healthy. He makes sure that he's staying in the spirit. He makes sure that he's staying in the law, statutes, and commandments, abiding by the will of Mashiach Yahushai, okay? He knows these things, okay? So the simple believeth every word. Don't be simple in this thing. Don't believe every word these devils tell you, okay? They can't even keep their lies straight. Okay, they can't keep their lies straight. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 2. Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 2. It says, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Okay, it says learn not the way of the heathen. That means everything that you know in this society, everything, I mean, is beneficial for you on a low level, because you have to live. You have to know mathematics. You have to know science, geography, you know, depending upon what job you want. Okay, you have to have this wisdom in order to survive. You have to have this wicked wisdom, this unbeneficial you know what I'm saying, man. Let me not go too far, but the whole point of the matter is that you have to have this wisdom in order to run in this society. But with the Most High don't give a damn about the wisdom of this world. The Most High don't care about the wisdom of this world, okay? But the whole point of this precept is that don't learn the way of the heathen. Don't follow after the ways of the heathen, okay? Because this has nothing to do with the customs of the Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman, and child, as God shows the people, the Israelites. This has nothing to do with us. This is nowhere in our customs. This is their customs. This is the tradition of men, of these wicked elites, of these wicked people, man. Okay, let's go to Psalms chapter 1 and verse 1. It says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. So these people are ungodly, man. They don't follow no law, statutes, and commandments. They say, in God we trust. Who God are they trusting in? Baal? Because it ain't Hamashiach Yahushai. It ain't Salaki, not Hamashiach Yahushai, but it's not Yahweh. Okay? The God that they trust in is damn Satan, man. Okay? Okay? So, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. So you're not going to walk in the ways of these people who tell you, oh, you know, take it. It's going to be for your benefit. Okay, it's going to get you through life. It's going to heal you. It's going to keep your family safe. Don't listen to that madness. Don't listen to that madness. Okay? They speak with you with soft words, man, but evil is in their heart, man. Okay? It says, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. And on a physical fold, you know what I'm saying? You got Jacob there and working with Esau on these things, man. You know what I'm saying? Behind closed doors. You got Jake, our people, working with these damn Edomites behind closed doors. Okay? Working with these elites and working with these so-called white people behind closed doors. You got even rappers, you know, making songs about, hey, take that Maxine. Take that Maxine. I forgot how it goes. I really don't care. But the whole point of the matter is that what? That we got our own people working with these damn devils. Okay? Now, mind you, a lot of these rappers have sold their soul to these devils. Okay? Whatever these devils tell them to do, they gonna do it. For money, riches, and fame. Okay? So, and when I say sell their soul, that means that now they're the property, they're solely the property. They have no kind of freedom. Because if they try to go out their way and try to come back to living a normal life, they gonna get put to death. They gonna get assassinated, man. You know? They gonna get put to death. They might get cloned. You know what I'm saying? And we know that Esau got over 50 plus years of technology stored up, man. These devils ain't slick. Okay? We know the craftiness, man. Okay? If they can make damn robots, see that? Damn devil, man. Hold up. Right? If they can make these damn devils, these damn robots, then they can make, all these other damn things, man. Okay? If they can make damn robotic dogs, if they could do surgery on a man to get him pregnant, and have that baby come out from the rectum, then you know what they can do. So this is blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. Don't walk in the counsel of these wicked people, nor standeth in the way of sinners. Don't stand in the way of sinners. Okay, these are master sinners, man. Well, I would say master sinners, but these are master, devils. Nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Okay. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 4, verse 14. So like you. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it. Pass not by it. Turn from it and pass away. Okay? So it says, enter not into the path of the wicked, man. It says, and go not into the way of evil men. Go not into the way of evil men. Right? That's plain. That's plain. I don't see how much more you could explain that. That's plain. Okay? It says, avoid it. Pass not by it. So avoid it, man. If you ask your job and they tell you, oh, you got to get this Maxine, then avoid it, man. Okay? Avoid it, Don't get weak in this thing. Don't fold under pressure. Be like, you know what? For my family, I'm going to do this thing, man. I'm going to do this for my family and make my wife happy. Who gives a damn about that, man? Okay? This is the way of man that we talking about. This is not the way of Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, who the world calls Christ. Okay? The Lord's not dealing with you weak, effeminate men who want to do things for the pleasure of your family, or do things to keep your kids safe, or do things, you want to work at your damn job so you can make them bands, and spend it all on damn Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Prada, and damn Venti. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So the Lord's not dealing with that, right? It says, avoid it, pass not by it. Turn from it and pass away. Okay? Don't even go into the damn You know, they got the parking lots with the tents up, you know what I'm saying? And people in line don't even pass that by you just to think about it, man. You know? Don't even do it. Right? So like, let me go to verse 16. It says, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief. So these devils don't sleep until they have done something wicked, man. Right? They always coming up with something. Right? They always thinking about ways to bring us down as a people. Okay? And their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. That's why a lot of these elites, they take this thing called, or these elites, they take this thing called adrenochrome. You know what I'm saying? They take this thing called adrenochrome. That's why they kidnap children. Because the children have the adrenochrome, or have what, I forgot exactly how it is, but they take the adrenochrome out the blood of the children, and they use it, to stay alive longer and longer and longer. That's why, like, when you see these elites, there's one of the elites, he died recently, or not too recently, it was like a couple months ago, and he you know, his eyes is all red around his eyes, and, you know, his skin is all deep, all purple and blue and red and all types of madness. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because they try to stay up because they know sleep can kill you. You understand? Sleep can kill you, but they take these things to stay alive longer. And when they take these things, you know what I'm saying? I think the elite, he died like around the age of 90 something. You know, if I'm not mistaken. You know? He might have been 100. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I know he was like around 90 something, right? And so these elites, that's where all our people are going, man. They sex traffic our people, and they, you know, take them and they use that adrenochrome to stay alive longer. Of our people, though. Not of these other heathens, because they ain't worth nothing. They ain't worth nothing. They know that they worth less than nothing, man. Like it says in the second Esdras, man. And in Isaiah, right? They don't take their own people, okay? They take our people because they know we got that royal DNA. You feel me? We, from all the way up from Hamashiach Yahushai, even further on. You know? We was made in the image of Yahweh. But they know that what we got ain't nobody else got. So they kidnap us to keep them alive longer. That's why a lot of their people, they like to get them damn melanin pills or melanin shots, whatever you want to call it, right? But let's keep going on. All right, let's go to verse 17. It says, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. That doesn't literally mean they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence, man. You understand? That's that wicked, crafty counsel, man. That's that wicked witchcraft, man, that they got going on. Okay? They live by this wickedness. This is what they live. This is what they do. Okay? Every day is wickedness with these damn devils, man. Okay? Let's go to Job chapter 15 and verse 2. Matter of fact, let me pull this video up too. Job chapter 15 verse 2. See if I can find this real quick.
The first people on the list.
Matter of fact, hold on.
But we also have to realize that we're in a situation where there has to be some equity in the way this is distributed. And that
Salakia, hold on. Let me hold that real quick. Let's go to Job 15:2. Right? It says what? Should a wise man utter vain knowledge? And they're wise on the left-hand side, which means on the Salakia, damn nostrils, man. Anyway, they're wise on the left-hand side, man, on the wicked standpoint, man, not on the righteous standpoint. Okay? on the left hand side, you got these wise men of the elites, the people who know, the scriptures. They know the prophecies. You know what I'm saying? They know all types of stuff. They got all our things stored up. They know how to break down our language, our Hebrew tongue, right? So it says, should a wise man utter vain knowledge and fill his belly with the east wind? Should he reason with unprofitable talk, or with speeches wherewith he can do no good? Yea, thou castest off fear and restrainest prayer before Yahweh. For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. So their mouths utter iniquity, and they choose the words of craftiness, right? Right? Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yea, thy own lips testify against thee. Right? So their own lips testify against thee, man. Right? Their own lips testify against them because they saying things and the Most High is exposing them for who they truly are. So I had, recorded some videos so we could get some info on some things, right? Let's get this.
The first people on the list. But we also have to realize that we're in a situation where there has to be some equity in the way this is distributed. And that requires, for example, right now we're in a situation where you have, the leading cause of death for all Americans this week is COVID-19. But blacks and Latinos are 3 times as likely to die if they get COVID-19. And so the communities of color, it's a mass casualty event. And so we got to figure out how we make sure we get the vaccine to those communities. Delivering the large amounts of the vaccine to the Walmarts and the and other major drug chains does not get you into a lot of these neighborhoods, and it doesn't guarantee that it gets around. So we got a lot of work to do, and there has to be the equity side of this has to be an important part of distribution. In addition to that, the first people on the list. But we also have to realize that we're in a situation where there has to be some equity in the way this is distributed. And that requires, for example, right now we're in a situation where you have...
But anyway, you guys get the whole point, man. They say that, he said that, roughly paraphrasing, that we're the ones who least have it. And they're trying to push these things inside our community. Blacks and Hispanics, okay? Which would be Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. Okay? So you can't make these things up. These devils are being exposed for who they truly are in these last days. And their aim is at us. Okay? Now let's get this other video. Right?
General Adams, the stats are staggering. I mentioned them at the top of the show. One recent study that found nearly 1/3 of black Americans remain hesitant to get the vaccine. You're going to... Surgeon General Adams, the stats are staggering. I mentioned them at the top of the show. One recent study that found nearly 1/3 of black Americans remain hesitant to get the vaccine. You're going to these communities to try to change that, right? Tell us what you're doing.
1/3, that's equal to
absolutely.
144,000.
And one thing I do want to say is we talk a lot about vaccine hesitancy. We don't talk enough about vaccine confidence. Yes, these numbers need to move further in the right direction, but just a month ago, 30% of people said that they would get the vaccine. 2 weeks ago, it was up to 60%. Now it's up to 80% total, according to surveys. I want people to know that more and more people are finding out about this vaccine and they're getting it. But what I'm doing is really starting by asking people what their concerns are. And you mentioned this earlier. People talk about Tuskegee all the time, but a lot of people don't know what happened. In 1932, black men who had syphilis were recruited into a government study and told they would be treated for their syphilis. Unfortunately, there was never an intent to treat these men. It was intended to follow them. But what's really horrific is that 15 years into that study, they actually came up with a treatment for syphilis, an effective treatment, and it was not given to these men. And this study went on for 40 years. And what people don't know is the Office of the Surgeon General actually oversaw that study, the United States Public Health Service. So every day I walk into my office, I walk past a wall of men who actually did this to people like me. And I'm sorry it makes me a little bit emotional when I talk about this, but this is something that we have to acknowledge. We have to acknowledge that this has happened to people, and that mistrust comes from a historical place. But we also have a historical place. But we also have...
Adams, the stats are...
See that? So you can't make these things up. Okay, the first thing that he said is that 1/3 is hesitant to take this thing, man. 1/3 is hesitant to take this thing. You can't make this up. Okay, if you know the scriptures, you know what that word, you know what that means, man. You know? And 1/3 is going to continue to be hesitant to take this damn thing. Okay? Because why? Because that fulfills prophecy. Okay? And like Jake said in the video, like the brother said in the video, you know, when they did the Tuskegee experiment, they put these things within us with no intent on healing us from it. And what you think they're gonna do now? You think anything's gonna be different? No, nothing's gonna be different, man. Ain't nothing new under the sun, like the scripture says, man, in Ecclesiastes, right? Ain't nothing new under the sun. You can't trust these devils for nothing, okay? But let's keep going. Matter of fact, let's get this. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. See this, right? Now it's kind of blocked off, so I can't really tell y'all everything. But this is the latest statistics for, you know, this madness, you know. And so you see that Jake, you see that our brothers and sisters, and the Hispanics and so-called African Americans, you know, we getting up there, man, because our people are starting to fold. You understand? Before, this would have been low as hell. But now you see the statistics. Okay, you see the statistics, and you see how we're rising higher and higher. And you see how the Edomites, you see this? This is madness. You see how the Edomites are lower than everybody, man. And you see, these are the people who are protesting against this, but yet they're the lowest. You don't see our people out there protesting for this madness, for the ending of this madness. But you see these people, you see these Edomites and Shalom Malak, right? So you see these Edomites protesting for these things, but yet they're the lowest. And mind you, this is December 15th of 2021, December 13th of 2021. This is the latest statistic for these, you know, these jabs, man, you know. So this is madness. This is confusion, right? So now you see what they're doing. All they doing is baiting us in and acting like they doing something about it when really they're the lowest people in the damn. Like, this is madness, man. Okay? Now you see that our people are more in fear. Okay? This is out of fear. This is not out of, it's not really, it's more so fear than it is believing that this thing actually damn works. Okay? But let's go to Nahum chapter 3 and verse 1. Let's go to the book of Nahum chapter 3 and verse 1. Let's see if I can find this. So, like, bear with me. Bear with me. Let's see if I can find this real quick. Right? Nahum chapter 3 and verse 1. Right? Let's read this. It says, woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. Okay, the prey departeth not, the noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. The horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. Right? So there's none end of their corpses, man. Right? Let me pull this other thing, man. There is none end of their corpses. Watch this. See that? There is none end of their corpses. Okay. They stumble upon their corpses. So that's how many damn bodies they got, man. Often, not just with this jab, for the effects of this jab, but all throughout history. Okay? They all throughout history here in Babylon the Great, because why? This is talking about Babylon the Great. Woe to this bloody city, man. Because all throughout history it's just been bloodshed. Okay? All throughout history it's just been bloodshed. So it says what? It says a great number of carcasses, which is dead bodies, and there is none end of their corpses. There is no end of their corpses, man. Right? It's always something. They always killing somebody. Right? They always killing somebody. Anyway, they stumble upon their corpses because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot. Okay, the mistress of witchcrafts that settleth nations through her whoredoms. Right? Because these other nations come to America, or not other nations come to, well, they do. You know, this is the big melting pot. You got ears to hear. But these other nations do come here. But the whole point is that these other nations, they follow after the way of Babylon the Great. You can read that in the book of Revelation, right? But they follow after Babylon the Great, right? So these other nations are settled in the whoredoms of America. You know, they all clothed up, kissed up, you know, on a spiritual level, right? It says, the mistress of the witchcrafts, the mistress of witchcrafts. They do all types of witchcraft out here, man. They got damn Bohemian Grove. You know what I'm saying? They got these elite rituals. They got this one witch. I forgot her name. I think it's like Abramovic or something like that. This one witch, and the witch is a female. A wizard or a witch or a warlock is a male, I believe. But you know, Babylon, they got witches and warlocks, man. They got people trying to cast spells against God's chosen people, man. Okay, so let's read it again. Behold, it says, because of the multitude, this is Nahum 3 and 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms, Shalom Malak, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts, man, and families through her witchcrafts. Okay, now this is manifold, right? Because they really do this. They really do blood sacrifices with our people. They really do. They got this one thing called spirit cooking. Spirit cooking, my guy. Spirit cooking. Spirit cooking. Where they take body parts and they feast on human body parts. Spirit cooking. Okay? And this witch that I just mentioned, she's the one that hosts these things because she's a witch. She's like the top witch in that evil society, man. Right? See that? Don't let your women make your spaghetti, man. That's witchcraft. You know? They put the blood in they put their blood, I believe it's their menstrual blood, and we're gonna call it like it is, their period blood, and they put it inside the spaghetti, and it's a witchcraft type thing. It's supposed to make your husband stay with you. You know what I'm saying? That's just sick. That's sick. You know? Make my damn stomach twist up and down, man. You know, but it says the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts, man. Because this Babylon the Great, they full of all those wicked, even in the music. I got a video. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull this thing up. Is this it? No, that's not it. That's not it. But regardless of the point, you know, they do this madness, man. This is what they do. This is how they live this thing, man. Okay, it says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. Right? So the Most High is exposing these devils in these last days, man. When it says lifting up that skirt, that means it's revealing all that wickedness, man. All the wickedness of Babylon the Great. All their secrets. Okay? The Most High is gonna, show these nations the wickedness of this damn place, man. That's why you got nations preparing for war against this place. You know? They can't damn keep a covenant with their own brothers. You know, all types of madness going on in Babylon the Great in these last days. Right? Matter of fact, let's get this video right here. Right? It was through the spirit of Hamashiach Yahushai, because I was actually getting ready for this lesson when I had took a video of this, and I had walked in the living room, and this is what I saw. Okay. You ready to go wash your butt? And now we know that it was made in the lab. We know this. Okay, we know these devils made this. Okay. We know that these devils made this. Ain't no guessing games or nothing. Okay, we know that they made these things. Right? But that's what I saw, man. Why you always look like that? Now I'm gonna show you guys something else. Watch this. Watch this. I just saw this as well. You ready to go wash your butt? Why you always look like that? I think it is a video. I'm not sure. You ready to go wash your butt? Let's get this. Right?
Hey, black people. This is just for you, because this guy's admitting to the fact that governments are trying to exterminate you.
Where does any synthetic molecule serve the living?
They don't.
Right.
I mean, none.
And am I right in suggesting that
the video's kind of backed up? The video's kind of backed up. It's kind of lagging.
Is something which contains synthetic molecules, something that is registered, patented, and put into the market as a medicine.
Absolutely.
Proper. Right. So what I'm learning from you, Dr. Young, is that a quadrillion-dollar enterprise is at work amongst us, decimating, culling the human family. Intentionally, using synthetic molecules which by design are are cancer, AIDS, all of the bogeymen we could dream up.
Yeah, it's for the purpose of sterilization and population control. There's too many people on the planet we need to get rid of. In the words of Bill Gates, at least 3 billion people need to die. So we'll just start off in Africa. We'll start doing our research there, and we'll eliminate most of the Africans because they're deplorable. They're worthless. They're not part of this world economy. So they have their rights taken away, and they're suppressed, and they're experimented.
And the multilateral agencies and the health and regulatory so-called authorities and agencies appear
now,
in the
mind
main
you,
to
listen to what they said. What did they say? They said that we're not part of the economy.
Use
they
the
said,
word
hey, exterminate them.
We're not casting judgments here. We're taking depositions, listening to expert testimonies, appear to be weaponized and appear to be working in collusion against the living men and women of the soil. Is that a fair statement?
It is. It's not a bacterial war. It's a systemic poisoning war, and they're using chemical warfare against all of us. So we'll just start off in Africa. We'll start doing our research there, and we'll eliminate most of the Africans because they're deplorable. They're worthless. They're not part of this world economy. So they have their rights taken away, and they're suppressed, and they're experimented.
And the multilateral agencies and the health and regulatory so-called authorities and agencies appear in the main to have become weaponized and appear, I again use the word appear advisedly. We're not casting judgments here. We're taking depositions, listening to expert testimonies, appear to be weaponized and appear to be working in collusion against the living men and women of the soil. Is that a fair statement?
It is. It's not a bacterial war. It's a
right. So you can't make this stuff up. Okay, you can't make this stuff up. They don't care about the livelihood of us. They don't care about us being here because we ain't doing nothing, especially here in America. Now, of course, we're scattered to the four corners of the earth. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, they were just speaking in code. You know what I'm saying? They said Africans, but they were just speaking in code. If you had ears to hear, you would understand that. You know, but the whole point of the matter is this. They don't care about us. They don't care. I mean, honestly, like, we really don't benefit this damn place at all because this is just all madness and all wickedness. You know, they see us as roaches, right? As pests. All we do is, you know, buy up their food, use their government benefits, use their money, right? And what else? You know, we live, you know, and we ain't nothing to them. That's why they got us in the hoods and the ghettos, man. And that's why it costs so much and it's hard for us to get into college, right? That's why they put drugs and guns in our neighborhoods and create, you know, groups to differentiate us, even though we're the same people. You know what I'm saying? And to make us hate each other. So we're nothing to them. They see us as a joke, okay? But yeah, this article right here is, and this is a prime example, okay? This is a prime example. Let's read this. This is the new revelations and assassination of Haitian president. Okay, I can't see all of it, but yeah, right? It says new revelations in last July's assassination of Haitian president. Now this was last year. Jovenel Moise add to evidence that the plot was orchestrated. Now this is one of our brothers, man. Okay, Haitians, we know that the Haitians are the Levites. Okay, but let's see what it says. It says, add to evidence that the plot was orchestrated by powerful political figures within Moise's cabinet. Okay, which means that people within his within his government, within his government officials came against him. And more than likely, Esau had some money put on his head by Moise's own people. Okay? It says representing rival sections of the country's corrupt ruling elite and backed by U.S. authorities. Okay? Backed by U.S. authorities, man. Every time there's some type of assassination, Esau got something to do with it. Okay? So let's keep reading. Following the execution of Moise at the hands of gunmen who broke into his residence, recently appointed Prime Minister, a longtime U.S. stooge, Ariel Henry. I don't know. I can't get rid of this damn comment section. But it says, longtime U.S. stooge Ariel Henry was tapped as the new head of the government by the so-called core group, foreign diplomats from North America and Europe. Head of the government by the so-called core group, foreign diplomats from North America and Europe. Esau always got something to do with something. Okay? Including the U.S. ambassador to Haiti, right? Because at one point in time, Haiti was just the land of the Haitians. Until, the wicked Edomites came in. I don't really know too much of the history, but this is pretty much what happened. The wicked Edomites, the so-called white men, came in, invaded, and destroyed everything and made it their own. Okay? That's why these damn Edomites could go in there and do whatever the hell they want to do. Okay? New head of government by the so-called core group, foreign diplomats from North America and Europe, including the U.S. ambassador to Haiti, along with representatives from the United Nations and the Organization of American States. Henry was handpicked after a brief power grab by acting PM Claude Joseph. Henry's predecessor was shot down by Washington and his allies. But the whole point of the matter is that they're saying that this assassination has something to do with the representatives inside Moise's cabinet and corrupt ruling elite and backed by U.S. authorities. Backed by U.S. authorities, which means they have something to do with it. Okay? Now let me see if I can find this other article. This is I looked this stuff up. You can look this stuff up, man. Don't just take my word, look it up. Okay? It says following Moise's death, post yada yada. I can't really see that stuff. People are saying it's a conspiracy theory that he was killed and then all of a sudden they got these jabs, implemented these jabs. But when you look at this picture right here, these, okay, are presidents who went against the jab that just all of a sudden just ended up dead. You can't make this up, okay? You can't make this stuff up because we wouldn't take that devil's poison. And they knew and they know what's inside that damn devil's poison, man. And all of a sudden they just end up dead. And then after they end up dead, right after, now they implement the jabs within their countries. Now the countries have the jabs. But at first they wouldn't allow those jabs to come into their country. And they ended up dead. Now, I don't know if the presidents now are Edomites. I don't know if they're Edomites now. But I wouldn't doubt it. Because that's what they do. Everywhere they go is rape, rob, and murder. Rape, rob, and murder. It says, what do all these world leaders have in common? They all opposed machinations of the citizens of their countries. What else? They all were recently assassinated or died of very suspicious circumstances. Read an Instagram post listing the names of the 5 deceased leaders. So there you have it. I looked this up, an article, okay? And that's what it says. So you can't make these things up. These devils are wretched. These devils are wicked. Okay? Now let's get this. Salaki, let me make sure. Let's get this. Right? Where do I want to start at? Let me see if I can find this. Damn. Okay, here it is. Right? Pharmacy. Sorcery. Pharmacy means sorcery. The Greek word of pharmacy is pharmakia, which means sorcery, witchcraft. Witchcraft. It says, so right away, we see that your pharmacist is actually a witch. The pill-pushing, vaccine dispensing, new ager, stiff-necked rejecter of Yahweh is a sorcerer. You could look this up yourself. I did the research on the word, and that's what I found. Okay? So, all this stuff that they got going on is just wicked, it's just witchcraft, man. Sorcery, man. And the Most High's against sorcery, man. Okay? Let me see what else we got. Let's get this. Dang, man. I wish I could see all of it. A healing or harmful medicine. Pharmacia, etc., etc. I can't really see too much of it. I thought I'd be able to, but I cannot. A sorcerer, a poisoner, a sorcerer. You could look up pharmacy on etymology online. Okay? Let's see what else we got. The word pharmacy is derived from Old French pharmacie, substance such as a food or in the form of a medicine which has a laxative effect. From medieval Latin pharmacia, from Greek pharmakia, a medicine which itself derives from pharmakon, meaning drug, poison, spell. So you can't make this up. Oh, the water, King. The water for the prayers, Malak. I didn't see that. But yeah, man. You could see drug, poison, spell. You can't make these things up, man. Alright? I got a few of these. I got a few proofs of these things. See that? You can't really see it. But you see that it says witch or witchcraft. Let's see what else we got. I think that's it. Oh, here we go. Pharmakon, drug, poison, filter, charm, spell, enchantment, use of administration of drugs. It says pharmakias, preparer of drugs, poisoner, sorcerer. Pharmakia, use of drugs, medicines, potions, or spells, poisoning, witchcraft, remedy, cure. Right? They make this thing seem like it's a damn cure. It's not a cure. Okay, it says pharmacy, which means a purgative. And then you got pharmacy, which means a medicine. And then when you go further on down, it goes back to witchcraft. All right? So I'm not making this up. You go look this up. Okay? Now let's get this. Nigeria destroys 1 million vaccines. They are not stupid. See that? destroyed them, ran them over. See? You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. You know? You just can't make it up. You can't make it up, man. Psalms chapter 10 and verse 4. Psalms chapter 10 and verse 4. It says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. So these devils think that they're never going to, their economy is never going to come down. They think that America is never going to be destroyed. They think that they can never be overcome because they're prideful. In the book of Obadiah, they're the most prideful people, man. You know what I'm saying? Right? It says, he hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Right? His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Right? Let's keep reading. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Right? He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. Right? Who are the poor? We are. His eyes are always set against us. He could see me through the camera right now. Right? He knows who's watching the video. He knows who watched the video. If he wanted to, he could destroy this whole live right now if he wanted to. Okay? So it says, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, and the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. Now it says secretly as a lion in his den, because we know that the elites, they show their faces, but for the most part, there's way more of them than what we may think. Okay? We know that they hid up inside these bunkers. We know that they hid up inside these damn caves and underground dungeons and all types of madness. Okay? Because they know that when all hell's break loose, the Most High is coming for that ass. Period. We gonna call it like it is. The Most High is coming for their ass, and they know it. Okay? It says, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. Right? Who are his strong ones? The elites, the sorcerers, the witches, the witchcrafts, the wizards. Then you got the military. Then you got the police. Okay? Everybody, all these Edomites, all their military, all of them, they're all set against us. They're all set against us Israelites. Okay? They want us to fight their wars. They want us to fight their battles. They want us to be their test dummies. Okay? They want us to be their lab rats. Right? I'm not fighting no damn war for these damn Edomites, man. There was a point in time where I was like, the military does sound like a good idea, but that's when I was in the world. Now that I come into the knowledge of the truth, why the hell would I want to fight for a nation that has never fought for my nation? Okay? They put us on the forefront inside the battles, man. Inside the Civil War. They put us on the forefront, and then after that, they came up behind us when they found out, okay, that's where they are. They had our people shoot up the Native Americans. Okay? At some point in time. Alright? They have our people set against our own people. Right? That's why would we join their military when we got our own military to build up in these last days? A spiritual military, man. The Most High's military. Okay? Now, if you were Jake and you in the world and you part of this Edomite military, you gonna get put to death, man. Okay? You're a product. You're a product of their wickedness. Okay? You're gonna get put to death by the Most High when He comes back and brings hell and vengeance in World War III. Right? But they lie in the lurking places. A lion in his den, he lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. So we're drawn into his net when we want to take heed to his deceptive words, to his deceitful words. Okay? You gotta know these damn devils, man, just as much as they know you. Okay? That's why they got these devices on your arms, the watches. Like I got it. I ain't tripping. They gonna know. They gonna find out. It don't matter to me, because I'm on the Most High side. But the whole point of the matter is this. They're able to track your stamina. They're able to track your body fat, how tall you are, right? And they have these things in their databases, right? So they can know every damn thing about you, right? Because they try to exalt themselves to be the Most High. The Most High, He knows how many hairs are on your head, right? And that's how these devils try to be. They try to, see everything with their so-called all-seeing eye, right? That so-called all-seeing eye to see where we at. They want to know what kind of car we got. They want to know how much we make every week, right? They want us to benefit off of them, right? So they know everything about us, right? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 19 verse 14. Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 14. Right? It says this. It says, verse 14, it says, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Right? So the Lord, the Most High, He's mingling up perverse spirits, man. Mingling them up, man. All types of wicked witchcraft, all these devils, all these demons, He's just mixing it up, man. He's giving them the spirit to do these things, man. And He's giving the people that take these things, the Most High's giving them the spirit to take these things, right? Because it's all to fulfill prophecy. But ultimately, the Most High, He's plucking out people, man. Okay? He's plucking out Jakes. He's plucking out Eves, right? I remember I was in Central Texas, right? And I had went up to ISUPK, right? It's a camp, right? Brothers know who ISUPK is, right? And I was just like, how do you guys feel about the vaccine? And they was like, some brothers take it, some brothers don't. That's off. Okay? So the Most High, He's plucking up the wheat and the tares in these He's taking out the tares from the wheat. Okay? He's plucking up the wickedness of this people, man. That's why a lot of these wicked holidays are falling on the high holy days. Because He wants to see who's really in this thing. He wants to see who's really in this thing, man. Because He's plucking up these devils, man. He's plucking up the wicked of our people and the wicked of these other nations, right? But the Most High, He's mingling up with a reverse spirit in these last days, man. It says, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work. Right? So these Edomites are erring in every work. And what err means, it means that they're caught making error. Right? What they see in their eyes, it may be good to them, but in the eyes of the Most High, they messing up big time. They got a lot of blood on their hands. Okay? Let's go to 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 29. It says, and after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the city of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude, and spake peaceable words unto them. So this is a king. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find this real quick. This is in the time of Antiochus, right? Antiochus is a king, I believe. I don't want to, go off on this. Let me see real quick. Trying to find this thing real quick, man. Bear with me. I can't remember exactly who he was the king of. I want to say Antiochus was the king of the Greeks. Right? The king of the Greeks. Right? But the whole point of the matter is that this king, it says, verse 30, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon them. Right? So our people was, they was, happy about what he was saying. They was like, hey, this sound good, man. You know what I'm saying? They were saying, just giving him props. Our people was giving this wicked king props because he was speaking peaceable words, just like Joe Biden is. Oh, it's okay. You're going to take it. You're going to be okay. Right? He's speaking peaceable words. That same spirit from this time is here on this earth today. It says, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel. Right? So they were just happy that he was, helping them out. They were happy that he was, giving them these soft words, these kind words. Next thing you know, he kills them. Right? And this is just an example. Don't trust these devils, man. Don't trust these devils. Right? It says, and when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire and pulled down the houses and walls thereof on every side. But the women and children took they captive and possessed the cattle. Then builded they the city of David with a great and strong wall and with mighty towers, and made it a stronghold for them. And they put therein a sinful nation, wicked men, and fortified themselves therein. And that's what's going to happen in these last days, man. These wicked Edomites are going to gather their people together and, cause all types of hell on this earth. Cause all types of hell in these last days, and mainly those of the elect, those who ain't gonna stand up for this badness. Okay? It says, and they put therein a sinful nation, wicked men, and fortified themselves therein. They stored it also with armor and victuals, and when they had gathered together the spoils of Jerusalem, they laid them up there, and so they became a sore snare. For it was a place to lie in wait against the sanctuary, and an evil adversary to Israel. Thus they shed innocent blood on every side of the sanctuary and defiled it. Right? So that's what they did. And on a spiritual level, when they come, and when you start to see the military in the streets and all these things, they gonna cause hell on us, man. The temple of Yahweh. Because we are the temple. Right? And they're going to, put blood all over the place, man, these last days. Right? Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15 and verse 12. Right? Because they don't have no regard for our lives, man. They don't care about our lives. Wow, that's madness.